Hey y'all, it's Jim T. Graham with RC Groups here with a huge batch of RC news. I have spent, I'm not kidding you, I started building the email to go out today, yesterday. I've been working on it all day today. It's going out today on Friday. My theory is it's Friday. You've had enough, but it's not time to go home yet. What are you going to do? Read some RC news. So we'll see if that theory proves out. So without further ado, let's jump right in here. Let's see what the best. Let's go with this one. No, maybe. I don't think so. We'll just stick with this one right here. We're going to jump in and I'm going to just go down the line and talk about everything that is important. And with that said, there is an email going out. As soon as I finish this, I'll upload it. And then I'm going to send an email out to 111,000 opted in RC pilots. And you can be a part of that. In fact, I'll put a link somewhere so you can click it and make sure you're in on the email list. And that way you won't miss anything. This is something brand new. It's from Revoc. They contacted me and said, hey, we have the new hybrid line coming out. And the hybrid line is their collection of bags designed with superior protection in mind. So if you're like me, I don't know, maybe you're not like me, but I can tell you this. I mess more airplanes up putting them in the truck and taking them out of the truck and then getting them back in the shop than I really do at the field. I'm not much, well, I don't want to say that, I'll jinx myself. Let's just say that bags like these save my birds in transport. And that's kind of where a guy like myself needs such a thing. I did shoot a video. There's no reason to watch. Hey everyone, Jim T. Graham with the RC Groups feature article. Now, if you're on YouTube, and we'll jump straight into the content. And basically, it's going over what they're made of, the different things you can do, not only put in them, but you can also put your own logos on them. You can have straps made so they can hang from the roof. You can do different colors. You can add things like this to it. So it's really amazing the modifications you can make to your wing bags and things like that. And off you go. So we'll jump out of this video. You can watch the whole video right here in the feature article, the new Revoc hybrid line. And of course, there's more information, pictures, and links, and you can check them out. Hey to everyone at Revoc. We have been talking back and forth since early last week. This came out this morning. Big news. This is the Durafly Carbon Arcus. Reminiscent of many pattern planes of the past. In fact, how should we do this? First, let's look at some pictures. So it has a nice long tail. It looks like right now it's coming with the battery. That may change in the future. And let's see, there's a picture of it. So it's a really long sled of a pattern plane. And now let's go check out the video. We won't watch the whole video, of course, but we have our friend Stuart. And we'll turn the volume up.
My name is Stuart, and I'm here today to present to you a new model from Durafly. In 2024, we've released quite a lot of models, especially early on in the summer flying season. Now, just as we come towards the end of the season, we've got available for pre-order right now and in stock very, very soon, the new Durafly Carbon Arcus. Now, the Carbon Arcus is a full pattern ship F3A type aerobatic model. It is a biplane, as you see, and as you're looking at it, it's just approximately 1 meter span. Now, we did have a version of the Arcus quite a few years ago. It was discontinued, but we've made some improvements to this, and in this...
I'm going to pause right there. Hobby King has been talking to me since before the... Well, I'm not going to approximate dates here, but they have said, hey, there's a lot of releases coming out. And here we go with a really cool one. And so let's jump into the field and we'll just watch some flying real quick.
There we go. Just try and give you an impression there. Oh, there we go.
So you can watch this whole video in the feature article on the site and check out the plane. We have a pattern pilot on the sticks while Stuart is shooting the video. And they're just giving you some idea of how it flies. Evidently, knife edge is really great in this. They do some knife edge loops and some other things, spins and things like that. So basically, if you wanted to get into pattern flying and wanted a plane that you weren't nervous about, this would be a great thing to purchase. And then you could practice, kind of get a grip on what pattern flying is all about. It also looks like a great flying plane. That long tail is going to keep your lines nice and smooth. So it is kind of specialized for what it is. But man, always great to have a new airplane. Always great to have something different. And this is certainly that. So big thanks to Hobby King, all the folks over there that are working, I know, so hard to bring out these new planes, new designs, and Stuart, the modeler, who is one of us, helping them do so. And here we go. So this is a pre-order right now. And sometimes that's frustrating because you want it like tomorrow. I want it in 2 days era of time now. And but if you really want it, you need to pre-order it to make sure you do get it when it becomes available. And we'll jump back out. Once again, this whole video is right here. It's not a short video, so there's a lot to check out. And you can read the specs and the features and click over to Hobby King for more information. Moving on, Hitec announced this yesterday, and I got an email, and from that I was able to create this about their new DB950 SW wide voltage steel gear 25T digital brushless server. It's quite a lot to say. I included size, all of that stuff. What else do I have? 4.8 to 8.4 volts and more information. Okay, yes. And we have programmable, I'm going to start over. Programmable functions, the features, and of course, go to Hitec for more information. It's funny to me how important servos were. I was at my event this weekend, and we were literally sitting around a fire talking about different servo specs. And I was like, I mean, it's important, right? It's like a motor for your car. Well, you have motors in your planes too, but a servo is as important as a motor, because if you lose a servo, things are going to go bad quickly. So you definitely want a great servo. And not only do you get great servos from Hitec, but you also get folks like Mike Mayberry at Hitec, which we'll talk about that in just a minute. This is the Hobby King Fighting Falcon. And this also came out now. It is a 50 mm 12 blade EDF, and we'll watch a little video on this while we're at it, since Stuart is the expert.
I guess you had no chance of getting that. Did you get it?
I got it.
Once again, proving the vast cornucopia of planes coming out from Hobby King. I haven't spoken all day. I've just been sitting at my desk working. So me talk pretty one day.
Hello and welcome to hobbyking.com. My name is Stuart and I'm here to present to you today these two little gems. We have the H-King 50mm EDF series of the F-16 and F-18. Now you may have seen these on the market before in some guys, but what you haven't seen is the exclusive things that Hobby King bring to the party, in that it has these two stunning schemes with a canopy finish much more reminiscent of the full size. But the biggest thing is it's a 4S setup right out of the box.
Ooh,
so that means superior performance and speed, which is exactly what you're looking for from your EDF. Not only that, it also includes the orange ORX gyro stabilization system,
Needed.
the same that you would have seen in our mini
Small
Warbird
jet
series. So that makes
EDF
these
like
small jets, which are fine in weather like this where it's dead calm, but it also means they're much more fun to fly in those stronger wind conditions that we more commonly see nowadays with the ORX gyro system pre-installed. Now, as mentioned, 4S, this is indeed a 4S setup. It's a high-powered brushless outrunner in that 50mm
Let's go to
EDF.
some flight. Once again, you can watch the whole video on rcgroups.com.
Ready?
Okay. Check with my services.
It's almost perfect. Gyro helps right there too.
There because my hand slipped. Now, I'm going to apologize for the cameraman ahead of time, because this is quite a small model and it's fast. It might be a bit tricky, but here we go. Full power.
Lost it. Where is it? There it is. I've been there so many times trying to shoot videos
That
on
is
tiny
quick.
fast
I guess you
ones.
had no chance of getting that. Did you get it?
I got it, sort of.
Okay. Very, very locked in.
That's awesome.
Okay. There we go. You see it now? I've slowed down.
There we go.
Is that better?
That thing is quick.
A little bit of
EDFs have always been cool. Always. I was around in the earliest day with the HUD bind that we brought out at Hobby Lobby back in the olden days. Let's say thanks to our RC News sponsor at CNHL. They do have a sale going on, and I have a little information here with just a few of the batteries you can buy, and you can click the link and go buy yourself some fine lipos at a good price. Blog of the week. Oh, well, let's go take a look. So anyone can make a blog, and the blogs are remarkably, I'm blown away at the views that these blogs get. It's like, I've checked on it. Is this right? And it is right, because I've been posting blogs myself just to look at the numbers. It's pretty amazing. And basically what we'll do is feature an interesting blog, and you can click through and go check out everything about it and learn more. So shout out to Waste Nothing, user Waste Nothing. And let's jump back into the rest of it. We also have this 1/3 scale build, which is going out in the email today. Take a little video look. Man, videos like this are just, you know, they're so well edited, and then they have this great content. It's awesome. And it's a 3D build, which I was also talking about this weekend. I was saying this is the future of the hobby. And then everyone will say, well, 3D planes are heavy. It's true. They are heavy, but we're just at the infancy of people taking files and turning them into an actual thing, and then gluing all those things together and flying them in the sky. Imagine what it'll be like in 5 years from now. We'll be able to be light and stronger. It's going to be amazing. 3D printing is the future. It's the hot thing. Let me say that. All right. We have a crash. Well, I'll take a look. I like a crash that's up close and personal. That's pretty amazing. That right there is worth the video. That is crazy. So it's an outrunner with a folding multi-prop in a foreign country. You know, if they're wearing straps on their transmitters, they're probably from Europe somewhere. All right. Oh, well, we have to look at the takeoff at least. No, I can't sound effect this one, I don't think. Yeah. It sounds like a turbine. Yeah. All right. This is when Zoom will come in handy. Wow. Holy smokes. Well, you can't see it, but you can hear it. Oh. Okay, it sounds like something's gone askew. And I don't know what that means. I need some uh-oh. Did he say it just went bye-bye? That's your lipo going up. Don't breathe the smoke, y'all. Look at them go. Keeping everything in their pockets. Busting through the field. I want to break an ankle. I think it's over. I think whatever has happened has happened. So I guess what we have to do now is see what's left of the debris. Oh man, what a hot motor, and now it's just a dirt plug. Oh my God. Oh. I think this could be fixed, no problem. It's just a little epoxy. Yes, we'll rewire it, he said. And we'll be back flying tomorrow. Okay, I like their attitude. I don't know what they actually said. I'm just making all that up. We have more 3D printed goodness right here. The 3D printed Dark Star. Telslide is now selling Hitec turbines. Now, I know this is for a select few, but I thought that it would be important to announce. And when you click over to Telslide, you can see all the different kinds of Hitec that you can purchase there. Hey to the Telslide family. RC groups of the month, place of the month is Mountaineer RC Club. And we're going to click over and check them out. Oh, this is on our maps in our club section. So over here, you can click on this hello, but you can also check out their website, their calendar, get the weather and driving directions, nearby users and nearby places. So that's cool. So hey to everyone over there. And what am I doing with RC News? I'm going over all the most recent RC news that we have found and uploaded and done stories on. And there are a lot of product updates here, but I know as a guy, I build old trucks, I build old guitars and RC, and I always am happy to learn about new things that didn't exist before that might aid me in my pursuit of happiness in my hobby. So that's why we're going to talk about something like the E-Flight Viper. Jason Merkel posted this, and it is a 64 millimeter scaled down from the 70 millimeter and the 90 millimeter. That's what makes it new. And we should have a video here. Yes, let's go take a look because videos are better than words. The Viper 64 millimeter EDS. It's cool. It's little. It's the Viper. Fly it right off the stand. Knife edge passes, no problem. Inverted, no problem. Gigantic loop, no problem. Land on the grass. Sit on the asphalt. It's the Viper. You can tell me to stop at any time. Scaled down version of the extremely popular 70 millimeter and 90 millimeter, which we already talked about. Those are hot and cool, and that's what Horizon does best. And I can't guarantee, but I fully expect that straight out of the box, these things are ready to go. Nice. Would you expect any less from these folks? So go to the thread. Threads like these go crazy nuts. So hundreds of thousands of views and posts and everything else. And thank you to everyone at Horizon. Hey to Horizon. Sidebar, Jason Merkel, are you out there? Can you hear me? The ProMoto MX has been with me at an event, and I shot video. Basically what would happen is I would wait for a lull in the action. Let me go here just so you aren't looking at the website. Where am I? I have the ProMoto. It's not with me. Where is it? It's sitting in the back room. I can't really jump up and go get it. Can I? Hold on. Let's see. Wait, I can go get it. This is the ProMoto MX, and it's been in my possession for just a little while. And so when I first got it, it was pristine. I don't know if you can tell. It's covered in wet grass. I did try to wipe it down the last time I drove it. It was sort of drizzly rain, and I could tell that more than a few people wanted to actually experience this. So I went ahead and got it out. Also, my green screen is not working with some of the outfit here, but that's okay. So what do I have to say right now? Jason and I are working on a video to do together on a couple of these. And at first I was reluctant to drive it because there's a rule that I have: do not fly or do anything until you get the video, because you must get the video before, especially with an RC airplane. The chance that it might not exist in its current format is pretty good if you go flying around before you shoot the video. But I was like, you know what? I don't need to be shooting a video on this until I feel very comfortable with it. And I really thought this would be hard to drive. I thought this would be real tricky, and that, you know, if I rode with Jason, who is a superior pilot, that he would be superior at this, which he will be, of course. But I thought, you know what? I need to feel it and drive it. So I took it in the backyard, and that's the first thing I thought. And I'll probably say these things in my video, but I thought there's no way you could drive this in my backyard. It's a big device, and it weighs not a little. And so I was like, I'm going to give it a shot though, because I was dying to drive this. It really was exciting to me to have one of these in my possession, and took it in the backyard. And yes, I found out very quickly it was easy to drive and easy to, or do you say drive or ride? I think the appropriate term would be drive. I'm not riding it, but it ran around the backyard great. I was doing wheelies. I was doing all the stuff. I was learning about the different modes that you can control from the transmitter. And then I was like, well, I need more batteries. And so anyway, I did that. And then Nashbro came around and I thought, man, I don't want to take it to Nashbro and break it, because if I take it to Nashbro, people are going to want to drive it. And I did take it to Nashbro and I drove it, and people would come up and stand next to me, as people will do. And I was like, you know what? They're not going to break it. Plus, there are things like there's a piece up front right here that is I think it's made to break if you were to slam it into a curb going at 40 miles an hour. And I have an extra one. And I was like, I'll be all right. So I handed it over to someone, and it was a man and his son who both wanted to ride this. They've seen them, but they've never seen one in person. And I'm like, here, take it. So they both drove it and both commented on how much easier it was to drive than they thought. I got them into mode 3. They're doing wheelies up and down the runway. And so then I was like, okay, I just started handing it over to everyone. I'm looking at the motorcycle in the video camera. I'm sorry, I can't stop. And everyone noted how it was cooler than they thought after they drove it, and also how much easier it was to drive than they thought it would be. So I'm like, man, maybe this is the video. You just hand the motorcycle over to people and let them drive it and get their reaction. I did shoot their reactions. I don't know if I have enough video for that to be an actual YouTube video, but we're going to find out. So here it is. There's grass in the wheels, and there's grass up here, but I bet money if I put a battery in it and ran it around the backyard, she'd be pretty clean. I think all this stuff would get knocked off. Very, very awesome. It's like when you think something's going to be awesome, but then you get it and it's not, there's slightly less awesome than you thought it was going to be. Or if you're lucky, it's as awesome. This is more awesome. It's awesome. It's like, I'm not going to say the pinnacle of RC, but it is definitely like if I was a kid and I saw this, I would lose my mind. So I'll put it down now. I'll have 10 lamb in love with that thing. I would love to have like an RC Groups jersey for it, and RC Groups stickers and all that stuff. But anyway, let's get back to what we were talking about right here. This is very interesting. Ruco remote ID module. The interesting part is right here. $39.99 is the price. So FAA compliance, 0.48 ounces, 5-hour battery, locates aircraft when GPS signals are lost, and it has a little Velcro. All right, we'll go back, but check that out, and you can go check out the unit itself. This is so cool. This is the Mr. MPX HUD telemetry glasses. I brought this up quite a bit. Now, I don't fly sailplanes as of right now, but I can say that every time I'm out with one, I think, you know, I would like to have a sailplane with a prop on it that I could just throw, get up to altitude, chop the throttle, and fly back home. And if you did that, and I think this image shows you the best right here in this corner, you can see that it's showing you information in your sunglasses. So let's watch this video. Oh, cool.
Now that is cool.
I guess it. Okay, yeah, this is good. So you're keeping your eye on your craft, but you're also getting information in the upper left-hand corner.
Now
that
that
is awesome.
is the future of telemetry. Let's check them out. The entire set comes from V-Speak, ready to rock and roll. On one hand, we have the glasses, which project our telemetry data onto them. These are actually an off-the-shelf product. More about that in a minute, though. what brings the whole system together is the clever vSpeak glasses module, which collects the telemetry data from our radio and sends them in real time to the display or projector in the glasses. Thanks to this little vSpeak glasses module, we can actually use any set of glasses with active look technology, which also provides us with a nice selection of shapes, colors, and even styles to choose from. They even have sets with photochromatic lenses or self-tinting, getting darker or lighter depending on how bright it
wear
is
them at
out.
night. That'd be good.
Personally, I had the opportunity to test out a few different sunglasses back at Pro Wing earlier this year. And myself, well, I went for the Yango 2 Standard. So let's unbox them. There's a small little hole where there's an LED. And then just above it, we have the on-off switch, which if we hold it down for approximately 3 seconds, you can see they turn on and that LED goes green. Now, those little sticks is left inside.
Okay, we're getting pretty granular here. This is in the feature, Mr. MPX HUD, and big shout out to Mr. MPX, always coming up with cool, bringing out the cool stuff. Let me put it that way. So there's a lot of information here and a link back to the main page, and you can go check it out. Anyway, I kept bringing this up because I thought it was so cool. The AMA has a great interview with Steve Betts, and I have that right here. He's a modeler just like us, and also a way that you can give back to the hobby, which is important. And last but not least, I did a great interview with Mike Mayberry at Hitec, and I didn't even know this. I reached out and I said, Mike, let's do an interview, man. And he was like, yes. So we set up a time, and it happens to turn out that I'll turn the volume down here. Yes. That the Hitec website has just been updated. So we went over all the stuff that you need to know about the new site, all the new features. And then we talked about some other things as well, the new 8380 discharger and more. Where are we at? We're right at 30 minutes. That's kind of like where I like to land. Before I jump out of here, I want to say big thanks to Mike. Mike and I are scheduling regular interviews to talk about more things. Mike is talking to hobbyists every day, and there are lots of topics for us to discuss. So let's jump back out to the home page at RC Groups. I don't know if there's anything to say here. I always sometimes like to give out any information that I can. How about I give you a cool little, let's see if I can find it. Yes. Let's click right here. These are recent attachments to the site. This is your RC Group's tip of the day. You can click in the more and then photos, and you can see all the recent attachments. It's something we've done to the site that I think is super cool. It just allows you to kind of get a different kind of heartbeat on what's happening on rcgroups.com. Well, that is the news. I wanted to do this before I put out the email. I'll probably stick this at the top of it as an overview, and then I'll also have a thread. So much going on. There's more to talk about, of course, but we can do that next time on the RC News Update. I'm Jim T. Be sure and hit like and subscribe and share this thing through your socials or whatever, just for the hobby to shine a light and keep everything rolling and propelling the hobby into the future. And thanks to everyone out there that goes to the site, posts, and does all the things. All right. We will see you next time on the RC News.